Greetings and welcome to Everyone Home's proposed governance changes. I am Chelsea Andrews, the Executive Director for Everyone Home, and I thank you for joining us today to learn more about the proposed governance changes. Today, this video will cover and provide a brief overview of Everyone Home, provide highlights from the proposed governance changes, and let you know how you can provide feedback and get involved. We'd like to start with sharing a brief video on Everyone Home. Everyone Home is a collective impact initiative founded in 2007 to facilitate the implementation of the Plan to End Homelessness for Alameda County, which was adopted by the board and all 14 cities. Everyone Home brings together key stakeholders. That includes the county, cities, nonprofit providers, individuals with lived expertise, advocates, community members, all to harness the power of working together to end and prevent homelessness in our community. You might be wondering, what is a collective impact initiative? We'd like to share a very brief informational video.
The number and complexity of challenges facing our world can be overwhelming. When individual organizations attempt to tackle the most daunting problems, success stories are all too rare. Many innovative approaches have been tried, too few have worked. However, when organizations work together under the right conditions, they can accomplish great things. One particularly effective means of collaboration is collective impact. Using the collective impact approach, a number of complex social challenges have been addressed and some remarkable results have been achieved. Youth incarcerations dropped by 45% in just 3 years, with no change in public safety, improving the lives of thousands of youths. 6,000 public housing residents were placed in new jobs during the recession. More than 1,000 acres were restored and over 280 million pounds of pollution voluntarily reduced to conserve and restore a river. Organizations utilizing a collective impact approach do the following: agree to a common goal, agree to track progress in the same way, which allows for continuous improvement, do what each does best while identifying new ways to work together, have consistent communication, and finally, have skilled and dedicated resources to support ongoing efforts. The world's toughest challenges aren't going away. In fact, many experts predict they will continue to grow in both number and complexity. Solving these problems requires a range of expertise from a number of diverse organizations. Collective impact is a proven approach, helping organizations work together to move mountains.
As mentioned in the video, there are multiple benefits to bringing together stakeholders to address an issue. And we believe that by being a collective impact initiative and working together, we can end and prevent homelessness in our community. Membership in Everyone Home is free and open to the public. All you have to do is join and attend our community meetings. In addition to being a collective impact initiative, members of Everyone Home are also members of the required HUD Continuum of Care. Everyone Home serves as the designated continuum of care and has 5 key components as required by HUD rules and regulations. They include ensuring that we coordinate and implement a housing service system through coordinated entry, that we plan and conduct a point in time count, that we engage in and do an annual gaps analysis, that we also establish and monitor appropriate performance targets, as well as ensure that we designate a homelessness management information system. So who is Everyone Home? We are Everyone Home. And our mission is to make sure that everyone has a place that they can call home. We are guided by our governance that sets the framework on how we operate and how we make strategic decisions to end homelessness. We are here today to review the proposed changes to our governance structure as recommended by our leadership board. As you can see, our current governance structure is very complex, difficult to understand, has multiple committees, and uses HUD lingo. There's also challenges in regards to what committees are empowered to make what decisions. As a result of our complex current structure, our leadership board and our staff set out to engage with the community and key stakeholders to figure out what can we do to make our governance more diverse, more inclusive of our entire county, and more streamlined to attract more community engagement. As you can see over the course of this last year, we engaged with many community members in a variety of ways. You might have joined us in March at the listening and Zoom in session where we got feedback from the community on our governance. You also may have attended our September community meeting where we gave a preview of proposed governance changes. Ultimately, we did all of this community engagement to figure out how we can structure our COC and collective impact initiative to be the most effective for our community, and what has led to this new proposed structure. As you can see, our new proposed governance structure is much more streamlined. It has the leadership board front and center, informed by a racial equity working group who will ensure that we center race equity in all the work we do and create diversity benchmarks for us to track and ensure transparency and accountability. We now have 5 committees that are very clearly identified in terms of the work that they do. We have an outreach, access, and coordination committee, a newly conceptualized committee called the Housing Capacity Committee, as well as a new committee focused on housing stability and homeless prevention, the COC Standards and Compliance and Funding Committee, which will ensure that we maintain our HUD compliance requirements, as well as a System Impact Committee that will focus on our data as well as our system performance measures. There are 2 ad hoc committees that fall underneath the leadership board. The nominations committee, which will help to seat many of these committee members, as well as our leadership board members, as well as the ad hoc committee that will come together every year in regards to our notice of funding opportunity application with HUD. You notice on this side of the screen, you see 3 key stakeholder engagement parties represented. Our Youth Action Board, who will continuously engage with our leadership board in regards to the needs of ending youth homelessness in our community. The Champions Council, which is representative of key elected officials and philanthropic partners who will meet on a semi-annual basis to discuss high-level policy decisions related to ending homelessness in our community. And a Funders Council who will meet to ensure that we're leveraging all of our resources and funds through the county, through the city, in the most effective way possible. You will also notice that Everyone Home, the backbone organization, will continue to serve the leadership board and all of our committees, ensuring that we bring together providers, that we bring together resources to ensure race equity, as well as enhance and attract more people with lived experience to participate on our board. The new leadership board composition is vast in the sense that it includes a wide array of stakeholders across our continuum and across our county. As you notice, the first 8 positions are held for individuals with lived experience, including 1 seat specifically for the youth. There's representatives from both the city of Oakland and Berkeley who will also represent Albany and Emeryville and be appointed seats. There is now seats for the different regions. The Mid-County region, the South County region, and the East County region will all have representatives on our board, as well as multiple county seats. Healthcare Services Agency, Social Security Agency, Housing and Community Development, as well as probation. There is a seat for the Public Housing Authority representative, as well as the nonprofit Affordable Housing Development representative. There are 4 seats for homeless service providers to engage and provide feedback, as well as a seat for advocacy, policy advocacy and affordable housing advocacy organizations, as well as ensuring that we have cross-pollination with the chair of our racial equity working group, as well as a chair from each of our committees serving on this leadership board. Our leadership board is extremely proud of the bold statement that it made this past year when it unanimously came to an agreement that 1/3 of the board, as well as our committees, must represent individuals who have experienced homelessness. Additionally, the board made another bold decision and decided unanimously that we must look to our community and ensure that we are reflecting our community on our committees and in our board. So the decision was made to benchmark diversity on our committees from our most recent point in time count. Our leadership board is responsible for setting the overall vision and strategic direction for the collective goals for our entire homeless response system. The leadership board will delegate work to the various committees and work groups and will hold our entire system accountable through data-driven decisions. Our leadership board will also now serve as the official HUD Continuum of Care board and ensure compliance with HUD rules and regulations. We now have an outreach, access, and coordination committee whose purpose is to ensure that we coordinate, monitor, and improve the quality of our coordinated entry. That means that we are working effectively to connect people with the needed resources that are tailored to their needs. Additionally, this committee will focus on ensuring that our access points are well positioned throughout our county and that they have and engage in welcoming input processes for individuals reaching out for resources. We have a COC, which means Continuum of Care, Standards, Compliance, and Funding Committee, whose role and responsibility is to secure COC-specific funding, to monitor our programmatic compliance and all HUD compliance requirements, as well as to ensure a collaborative process for our application that we submit to HUD every year for the Notice of Funding Opportunity. We have our System Impact Committee, whose purpose and role is to really ensure that our system is operating as effectively as possible. This committee is a data-driven committee that will look at our system's effectiveness, make assessments related to our needs and gaps, conduct system modeling, as well as monitoring our system performance by looking at our data, operating the homeless management information system, as well as recommending methodologies for our homeless count. We're really excited about this new committee focused on housing stability and homelessness prevention. This committee will focus in on how can we ensure that people experiencing homelessness crisis can obtain and maintain their housing. This committee will focus on strategies and collaborations to prevent new homelessness, and really focus in on how can we provide funding, how can we bring together partners and leverage resources to prevent homelessness in our community. We're also extremely excited about this new committee called Housing Capacity. And what that means is really trying to dig deep in terms of what do we need to do to create more affordable housing solutions in our county. This committee will bring together stakeholders who will work together on increasing affordable housing, increasing subsidies, acquiring funding, eliminating roadblocks, advocating for low-income housing for individuals with 10% or less of area median income, and really looking holistically in regards to the pipeline of affordable housing coming into our community. You may recall that in the center of our governance is a racial equity work group. This committee or work group will work together to develop and lead a plan to center race equity in the work that we're doing. It will assist our committees in setting racial equity metrics and monitoring our progress, creating an opportunity for us to have diversity benchmarks throughout our boards and committees, and ensuring that we provide the support to recruit and retain a diverse group of talent to support our system. Monitoring how effective our initiatives and policies are at eliminating disparities in our system and ensuring that we do not pass any policy or procedure that creates or exasperates disparities in our community, as well as providing regular reports on how our system is performing equitably. So what are the next steps? At this point, we look forward to engaging with you. We encourage you to attend upcoming meetings over the course of the next month and provide feedback. We are also inviting you to join us at our community meeting so that you can vote on these proposed changes in February. And then over the next few months, we will be focused on how to best transition our current governance to the new governance with a summer 2022 launch date. How do you engage and provide feedback? Visit our website, www.everyonehome.org. There, you will be able to see the full proposed governance charter. You will be able to find the slides from today's presentation, as well as an opportunity to provide feedback on the proposed changes and to RSVP to our upcoming meetings. Another way that you can engage if you have questions is to join our virtual governance Q&A session, which will be held on Wednesday, January 19th from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. And last but not least, we're really looking forward to you joining us at our virtual community meeting on Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022 from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., where you will be able to vote on our new proposed governance charter. Are you interested in supporting the ongoing work of Everyone Home? Please visit everyonehome.org/connect, where you can connect with us, you can donate, you can receive updates and announcements, and learn how you can become a part of our committees and our ongoing work. Thank you so much for your time and your participation.